subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell. Hi friends, how are y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brandy, and I have been on a health and fitness journey for a few years now. I'm currently on WW. However, I have decided to take a little break from now until the new year. It's currently December 27th. So I'm giving myself a few more days just to relax and not necessarily focus on WW points. But come the new year, I'll be right back on track. I just went on vacation at the end of November, and then it's been hectic. I've still been trying to make healthy decisions, but I have not been tracking. I haven't tracked a single day. I just wanted to give myself a little period just to have like downtime. Even outside of health and fitness, I haven't worked out. I just needed a break. So that being said, the video today is going to be around HelloFresh. Every once in a while I get meal plan boxes. To be honest, in the last 2 years, I've kind of slacked off on that, and a lot of the reason for that is because they tend to be higher in points. But since I knew I wasn't tracking, I decided to go ahead and order it, and it also saved me a trip to the grocery store and meal planning the week after Christmas. So that's mainly why I thought it was a great time. So in this video, I'm going to unbox, show you the meals I chose, and then I'll show you. That's my vacuum. Hang on. Okay, anyhow, sorry, that's over with. But I'll show you my prep of these 3 meals all throughout the week. I will go ahead and give you the points. I'll put in the recipes in the Weight Watcher app. That has definitely had an improvement since November, so that's exciting. And I'll get my husband and I to rate it on a 5-star scale and just let you know if we would recommend these 3 meals. So let me get it open and show you what it's all about. So, if you've never had a meal delivery service, I've participated in HelloFresh, Blue Apron, and Home Chef since I think as early as 2016. HelloFresh was the first one I ever did. I do enjoy it. It takes the thought process out of meal planning, and it also lets you try some variety. I don't know what, Lesser Evil. They gave me a coupon for Lesser Evil popcorn, and I've heard good things about that. They always give you a little coupon or whatnot. So, how many did I order? Okay, I ordered 3, and then they gave me more coupon stuff. Let me see. Okay, so I got a Shutterfly coupon and a wine voucher. I never use the coupon. They always come really nicely packaged. This is, so they even gave me a bag of the Lesser Evil popcorn to try. Funny story, this past week, like before Christmas, we were at the grocery store, and Kroger had a coupon for this popcorn, and I had been wanting to try it, and we looked, and we could not find it in the store. So, I'm excited, and this one's the Himalayan pink salt. So, really, just basic, but can't wait to give that a go. It's nice when you get a little free something. So the way HelloFresh packages them, they package them in these bags, and it's clearly labeled. Oh, there we go. Can you see that right there? I got a new camera, and I'm still learning it. So I'll have to, if things are a little blurry, just bear with me. I'm trying. When I say I got a new camera, it's my first video camera ever. And then, I'll get all 3 bags. And then the meat is divided down here underneath this huge ice pack. Rio James, get down. Rio James, down. Sorry about that. So, and then the meat comes individually packaged. So, ground beef. I got diced boneless chicken thighs. And then I got some ground turkey. So, what do those proteins go with? I have jalapeno popper stuffed burgers. These are not going to be healthy by any means. The day I eat this, I'll be sure to eat a lower point breakfast and lunch to accommodate a higher point meal. So even though I'm not tracking, I'm still mentally doing things like that. Just be aware, I haven't totally went off the rails. So, but these, I know my husband will like. He really likes stuffed poppers. So this was for him, and we haven't had a good burger at home. So that is what the little ground beef goes with. And they do really well on portioning out your meat quite small. So we only get 10 ounces, whereas if I made burgers, they're probably going to be half pound. Okay, the next one we got Spice is Nice Turkey Couscous Bowls. I know I will really, really enjoy this. It's just like the flavor profile I'll like. And this one came with the ground turkey, 10 ounces as well. There, it has the za'atar seasoning, which is like one of my favorite seasonings. So looking forward to that one. And then the last one was this chicken and bok choy soup with the diced chicken thighs. This one will probably be pretty low in points. It's low in calories. It's only 560 calories. But, so my decision now is which one do I want tonight? It is currently 6:40, so it's a little later. And if you look at it, it tells you exactly how much prep time and cook time on all the recipe cards. So I'm kind of taking that into consideration. I don't want to do the burgers. That just seems like a lot of work. I think I'm going to do... Okay, I have decided to have the chicken and bok choy tonight. So I'm just going to put everything else away in the refrigerator and get started on this one. I always put my meat down here. It's like I have a little tray. So let me bring you over here. I'll share the ingredients and we'll get to cooking. It should be pretty quick. Okay, friends, let's get to cooking and try to bear with me. I'm still trying to figure out my new camera and the angles and the sound. I had on a microphone earlier, but I played back some and it sounds maybe distorted. So I'm gonna see about just using the audio on the camera. But anyhow, like I said, I picked the soup, so let's unpack the ingredients. So we got 2 scallions or green onions, whichever you like to call it. We got some soy sauce. Got the babiest little cucumbers, 2 tiny cucumbers. Some pre-chopped bok choy. A few carrots, which I already have some carrots peeled in my refrigerator. So to save time, I'll probably go ahead and use those. We got some rice vinegar. 2 packages of, who knows what this is? Miso stock concentrate. Yep, says it right there. And some rice. So not a lot of ingredients at all. And obviously the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So you want to get your rice starting first with 1 1/4 cup of water, a pinch of salt, and then bring it to a boil, reduce it to a simmer for 15 to 18 minutes. So I'm gonna get this going. I typically rinse my rice, but for some reason when I cook these meal deliveries, I never rinse it. That makes no sense, but I just don't. So now I'm gonna put it on the stove. When it starts simmering or boiling, I'll reduce it to a simmer. So I gotta keep an eye on that. That won't take long at all. Man, I'm gonna have to learn this camera, I tell you. So what else does it want us to do? The prep is minimal. Gonna have to deal with the carrots, cucumbers, cabbage is done for you, and onions. I changed my mind. I'll use the carrots they sent just so I have the right amount. Did you all have a good holidays? We did. We just went to my in-laws on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day I was in my PJs all day. Not really relaxing, but trying to get some stuff done. It was nice. And then we'll go see my family in a few days. We live close to his family and not mine. So that's typically how we do it. My brothers, that's how they do it as well. Their families celebrate afterwards, so it works out. So it says cut them lengthwise and then in half. So you're gonna cut them in like half moons. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the onions. I like to take off the ends of the onions. Oh, I didn't get that in. Take off the first layer and then wash them. Man, my husband sharpened my knife for me the other day. We usually send them off because they're Cutco. But you had to like pay to ship them or whatever, and all my rest of my knives didn't need it. But man, he did a good job. We have this little machine my dad bought me several years ago, and it is really good for sharpening knives. I'm gonna go ahead and do the cucumbers even though they're not used till later. I just want to do all my chopping at once. Whoopsie. And these I'm just gonna slice into little rounds. It's like, I buy mini cucumbers all the time, but these are itty bitty, I tell you. Okay, I got everything prepped, so let's move over to the stove and get to cooking. See, now I don't understand because it's looking down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this thing out. I went to move you and I was trying to focus you on the stove, and instead it started looking down. I don't know. It has like a gamble. I don't know. Okay, my rice is starting to boil. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down to a simmer, and I'm gonna ask Alexa to set a timer. A little drizzle of olive oil. I'd say probably not even a teaspoon, just the slightest drizzle. And then I'm gonna add my chicken thighs directly to that. I'm gonna season it with salt and pepper. So to the chicken, I'm gonna add the carrots. Most of the green onions, I'm gonna reserve some to top the meal with at the end. But I'm gonna go ahead and add most of them, especially the white parts. And then I'll let that all cook together before I add the next ingredients. While the meat browns and the vegetables get tender, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the cucumber salad. And that's just the cucumbers in a bowl. Add most of the scallions, still leave some to top the food, but a good handful of the scallion tops. Some salt. Want to add all the vinegar in there, and then not included is sugar, so I'm going to run and grab some of my sugar substitute and add in about, I think, how much am I adding? Half a teaspoon, so not much at all. I can hear my meat cooking, so I turned around and just give it a little stir. Okay, so I walked too far away from it. It couldn't follow me. Let's see. I'm telling you, man, still learning it for sure. So this is just monk fruit sweetener. It's the one I like, artificial. Just add a little bit to that. Obviously, you could add regular sugar as well. Give this a stir to mix everything up and just let it sit while I prepare the rest of the meal. I hate that. Do you have pots like that? It is, look. It is boiling over, and that is not very much liquid in there at all, and it is all the way on low. That frustrates me like no other. I lost a cucumber. One of my dogs would be excited when they see that in a bit. Okay, my chicken is cooked through, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add the bok choy and Napa cabbage. I didn't realize it had both earlier. I'm gonna add the soy sauce and then the miso glaze, which I love miso. Yeah, and they give you 2 of those, so that's yummy. That miso smells good when it's heating up. It smells so good. So meals like this can be difficult to put in the tracker because I don't know what brand of miso that is. So in that instance, I'll just try to find something similar. And that was just 2 cups of water. So you just stir all this to combine. And then I'm gonna put the lid over it, cover it, and let it simmer at least until my rice is done. My rice has about at least 10 more minutes, I think. But if my husband's not done working out, I'll just leave this simmering the whole time. It's only gonna get better the longer it cooks. Man, it already smells delicious. I'm telling you, it smells so good. Found a white onion. Gonna throw that in there. That one too. Okay. Cover it and forget about it. My timer just went off for my rice. So let's take a look and see if she's done. Oh yeah, nice and flumpy. There is still a little water left, but I'm not worried about that at all. So I will turn it off the heat and just leave it covered until my soup's done and we're ready to eat. So it is time to get plating. This seems like more rice than usual. Just gonna divide it evenly between the two bowls. Kind of trying to put it in the center of the bowl. Or maybe I'm gonna push it all to one side. It does seem like more rice than they typically send. And now the soup between the two bowls. I feel like this is more than 2 servings, but it's only 2, so we will scoop it and divide it and eat it up. I need to get me a silicone ladle because you can't use metal, and my only true ladle is metal, so I need one I can use in this. And my caraway, because you know you want to take care of your stuff. And metal will be a sure way to ruin these pots and pans. I did do a 1-year review on them, so go check that out if you're curious. But spoiler alert, I would definitely repurchase. I'm very, very happy with them. I like how I divided the rice so you can like kind of eat as you go. I think they recommend putting the rice in the bowl and the soup in the bowl. And then you also have the cucumbers, but you know, I didn't want to use that many bowls. So each one. The dogs. But you each have a cucumbers. And then the last step is the little bit of green onions I reserved for garnish. So we're gonna sit down and eat. I will put everything into my tracker and we'll be back so we can rate it. My husband and I will rate them on a 5-star scale, I think, including half points. So hopefully I can get him to participate. He doesn't like to be on camera much, but he hears me, so now he'll be forced to. Maybe. Okay, let's eat. We just finished the meal, and I'll say it was very, very filling. And I'm trying to open my tracker. I had the hardest time like building the meal. I'll let you not be on camera right now. But I had the hardest time building the meal because the app all changed. And it took me forever to figure it out. Actually, my husband had to help me. And I finally figured it out. So I built the meal. Let me show you. So that meal ended up being 13 points, which I was actually surprised by. I didn't think it'd be that high. But it was a lot of rice, and I actually didn't think we needed that much rice. But 15 points of it was rice, 7 points for the thighs, and then like 2 points for the vinegar and 1 point for the miso paste. And that's for both 2 servings. So if you wanted to recreate this, just sub out the boneless thighs for breast and then use less rice, and it'd be a super low option. So anyways, yeah. But we're going to give them on a 5-star rating, and you can do half points. I give it 4 stars. It was really good to me, but I would have liked it to have a little spice. I would have liked to add some sriracha or some chili onion crunch from Trader Joe's. But I was just too lazy to get up and go do it. But it was really good. Byron, what do you give it?
4.75 stars.
Okay, I guess we can do quarter points too, but whatever. So I gave it 4 stars. He gives it 4.75 stars. Man, you must really like that.
It was good.
Yeah, I would, like, if I was sick and you're going to have, like, chicken noodle soup, I would take that over chicken noodle soup. I think it was, like, way better.
That's probably why I liked it, because my throat's been sore today.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you sound like you're feeling better. Okay, my doggy needs to go outside. Okay, so we're going to get this kitchen cleaned up, and I will be back tomorrow to show you night 2 meal. Not sure. Okay, friends, I just got home from work, and it is time to cook the second Hello Chef meal. And I think we're going to go ahead and do the burgers tonight. To be honest, I don't feel like cooking anything. I woke up not feeling the best. My husband's been not feeling well, and I think he finally gave it to me. But just to recap, this is the burger we're going to have tonight. So I'm going to bring you over and get to cooking this jalapeno popper stuffed burger. I do think it'll be pretty good, and I'm off at 5 o'clock pretty early. So I'm hoping to get this meal made so we can eat dinner right when my husband gets home, and then me go get in a warm, hot bubble bath to relax. My body's getting achy and my throat is quite sore. So let me bring you over here and let's get to cooking. Okay, I'm trying a new camera setup. You may move around for a few days while I'm recording until I figure out my new angles. But open up this bag of goodies. I like how HelloFresh always sends all their ingredients together. They all don't do that. Meaning like Home Chef and Blue Apron, they all package them just a little different. So you got your buns, a few potatoes, white potatoes, a huge jalapeno, some more potatoes, and then the small items are cream cheese, some Monterey Jack cheese, some Crispies. I think these are crispy onion, just like on green bean casserole. Some seasoning, which this is just fry seasoning. I actually really like the flavor of this. And then buttermilk ranch and mayonnaise. Really basic there. So this should come together really easy. Not much prep besides the potatoes. So let's look and see how they say to do this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and heat my oven. Well, that's for the potatoes, and I think I'm actually going to do mine in the air fryer. No, I'll do them in the oven. Why not? So let me get that heating to 450. So it's cut them into wedges and then dice up the jalapeno. So let's get started with that. And since my throat's so scratchy, I'm just going to actually put y'all on probably a voiceover or some music while I prep these ingredients. I don't want to cough in your ear. So I just diced up my potatoes into little wedges and de-seeded and de-rimmed the jalapeno and small diced it. And then right here I'm just going ahead and cutting my potato buns in half for the burgers. Now for the next step for the potatoes, you're going to do a drizzle of oil, which they do not provide. And it says half of the seasoning pack. Just eyeball it. I'm going to do about a teaspoon of olive oil. Just a little drizzle. You definitely could just spray them with like non-stick spray. But I find with potatoes, that usually is not enough. Like it doesn't get the exterior crunch that I like, especially when you're baking them. But you could also do this just on your sheet pan and not pull out a bowl, but I know I'm going to need a bowl to mix the meat, so I decided to go ahead and do it in a bowl. Typically I wouldn't because I don't like to dirty up more dishes, but it really does work out better for coating them fully. So now, just going to spread them out on my cookie sheet, whatever you call this, your pan. An even layer, and I do like to take the extra time to make sure they're like cut side down. I like them to do most of their baking on one of the edges so that way they get crunchy, and then halfway through I do turn them just to get the others. Excuse me, I tell you I'm having trouble with my throat. And I have had so much water today trying to get it, to feel better, just keeping it coated, but it's not helping. Which is sad because it's right for New Year's Eve, and I'm sure I'm going to be sick come New Year's Eve. Okay, my oven is not all the way heated, but once it's heated, I'm going to go ahead and put this in for about 25 minutes. But about after 15 minutes, I'll go ahead and flip them and then let the other side go another 10 minutes. But I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, I'm about to do a little tweak to the recipe because it actually wants me to make the cream cheese filling and stuff it inside the burgers. And I have done this with other recipes, especially with Hello Chef and Home Chef. Well, the problem is they want me to make 2 little patties, stuff it, and then put them together. I only have 10 ounces, Asher, hush. The problem is they only give you 10 ounces of ground beef. So once you divide that into 4 patties, that's 2.5 ounces. It's a tiny burger patty, and you just can't get it back together, or at least I can't. To me, if you're doing a stuffed burger, you got to use more meat. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to prepare the topping, and we'll just eat it as the spread on our burger. We don't need it stuffed inside of our burger, just FYI. I don't think it's worth the extra step, and I know it won't work. I will not be able to stuff burgers with only 10 ounces. If you can, good for you. I can't. So in that same bowl, I'm going to add my ground beef, the rest of the fry seasoning, some salt, and some pepper. So I'm just going to mix this around into 2 equal patties, and I am going to use this little patty press to make perfect patties. And I'm gonna bring out my scale so I can make sure I'm weighing exactly 5 ounces each. Let's see how good I can do just on my own. 4.8. 5. Okay. Now I'll just use my burger press, push them down. Usually I grease this, so I hope I don't regret that. Push it down really hard, and it makes the perfect patty. I always thought these were cheesy, and then I saw someone use one, and I was like, I really like that. Especially if you're trying to use less meat. That's when I find that these are really, really helpful. So again, you just slide it in there. You put your round, and then you just press it down. You can find them at TJ Maxx or anywhere for like $5, you know, not much. Just makes a really even burger patty. Really nice. If you grease it, they come off even easier, but I'm actually not having a very hard time. But if you remember, my bowl did have a little leftover grease from the potatoes. I'm gonna let these cook for like 2 to 3 minutes. And then after they cook, I'll make the rest of the jalapeno topper. And to that, it says the Monterey Jack cheese, some salt, some pepper, and the cream cheese. Is that it? So once the peppers have cooked, I'll add them to this bowl and mix it all around. And then for another spread, we're gonna combine the mayo with the ranch dip. It also says to add some water to this if you need it to thin out. I don't want to thin it out. I want it to stay on my burger and not make a mess. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. So it's just ranch and mayonnaise. That's an easy spread. I have also decided to go ahead and, I think I'm out, how to grab the canola. I just buy whatever one. But anyways, I decided to go ahead and do some roasted broccoli too. I just want a vegetable. It makes me feel better when I eat naughty meals to throw in a vegetable. I could have done this with olive oil like I did with the potatoes, but I found with broccoli the spray works fine. So, save me some points there too. So, I'm going to put this in the oven alongside the potatoes. And this will not take 25 minutes, so I'm going to really watch it. And my peppers, they're starting to look really done. So, I'm going to pull those out and put them on top. Whoa! Did you see that? Whoa! I think they're done. So I'm going to put them into the bowl with the cheese and give that a stir. Try to collect them. My dog's eating them off the floor. He's going to be in for a bad surprise. This same pan will be used to cook the burgers here in a shortly. I'll go ahead and turn it off for now. So. It said to wait till your peppers cool off. I actually don't want to do that because to me it'll be easier to mix when they're hot. So that's what I'm doing, and you just mix it all together. You could use a whisk. I actually think it would be much more difficult. So that's why I'm choosing to use a big spoon. Just kind of pushing it all together. So that will be one of our toppings. It should be the stuffing. I just know I can't. My brain's telling me to try it, but I know I'll be pissed off because it won't happen, and then it'll just be like running out. So it just won't happen. Like, how am I going to take that thin patty, cut it in half, stuff it? It'll be too thin to then like fit on the burger. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just won't work, and I know it won't work. So I'm going to stay with my judgment and not do it. Go ahead and put these into the oven. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. So I put my vegetables in the oven for 15 minutes. And when that's done, then I'll come over here and turn my pan back on, get it back preheating, and then I'll cook those burgers really quickly. So this is gonna come together really quick, a lot of hands-off time, which is great. So it'll be 15 minutes in the oven. Then I'll cook the burgers, and then another 10 minutes, and we'll be good to go. So, man, I do not feel good. It's like really, it's just like my throat and my drainage is just like, but anyhow, let me go play with my dogs for a bit, for 15 minutes. So my potatoes have been in 15 minutes. My broccoli's probably been in 10 because I didn't put it in there at first. So I'm just giving them a flip. See that golden brown? That's what I want. Okay, the other night I had a really hard time with the updates on the app finding where I build new recipes. I had did it once, but I did it from a recipe I had built before the app update. So building a total new one I struggled with. So just in case you all don't know, you go to what I eat, and then like the recipes tab, I previously was always for like their recipes they created, and it still is, but now this is where you go to create your own recipe as well. You can't do it from the home screen. Like the tracking screen used to underneath My Day, when you clicked on them, you could build a recipe or a food from here. I don't see that option. The only option from here is like a quick add. So if you're needing to build a recipe, go to what I eat and then create up at the top. So let me see how many points this is. So I built the recipe, and it is worse than I even imagined. It is 25 points. I'll show you how it breaks down. So the potatoes are 6 points, jalapeno 0, ranch dressing 7, mayonnaise 7, cream cheese 5, 5 for the Monterey Jack cheese, 9 for the ground beef, and 9 for the potato buns, and 2 for the crispy onions. But let me flip you around. But you could do this meal way less points. You could use ground turkey or ground chicken to get rid of those points. You could use reduced fat cheese, reduced fat cream cheese, light mayo. You can use Bolthouse Ranch. So don't think just because this is a 25-point burger that you can't recreate this when you're on WW using better alternative ingredients that we all know are out there. As a matter of fact, if we really like this, I may try to do that for a comparison video later. But hey, I'm having the 25 points. It is what it is. Let's build these burgers. Let's build these burgers. I apologize if you can hear my vacuum, but yes, it is going on. So I did warm my burgers ever so slightly. And I think what I'm gonna do is put the cheese layer on bottom, the jalapeno cheese layer on bottom. Then I'm gonna take my burgers, put them on top of that. Look how much they shrank up. Now this is the ranch mayonnaise combo. Just gonna spoon it right over it. This is gonna be a messy burger, but that's okay. Now the crunchy topping, the onions. Let's see. I don't know how we're gonna get all this to stick on there. This may be a fork and knife burger, but do your best. And then you push the lid on. Don't they look yummy? So good. They better be for 25 points. If not, I will not be happy if they're not yummy. The broccoli, so we're pretending to be healthy. So this, friends, is the finished product. And I hope it's yummy. Of course, we'll be back to give you our rating here in a second. We just finished that dinner, and I will say I really, really like the burger. And if you hear her squeaking, sorry, that's my dog playing with his toy. But I think in the next few weeks, I'll try to recreate that burger like with lower point to see how low I can get it from 25. Which the burger wasn't truly 25 because I did have the potatoes. So anyhow, but on a scale of 1 to 5, I give it a solid 4.5. And typically I like just normal traditional burgers. But I really like that one, and it didn't eat too messy. And I think that's because the bun was like quite hearty. Let's see what my husband thinks. Womp, womp, womp.
That was a tasty burger.
You gotta rate it.
I am. You didn't give me a chance to.
Okay,
yet.
sorry.
I'll give it a 5. It was a good burger.
Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, friends, I will be back tomorrow with the final meal, and it is the turkey bowls. I think they will be really good too. But it is 7 o'clock, and we're both about to go to bed. We don't feel good, so we're going to go get some rest. See you in a bit. See you tomorrow. Okay, friends, we are back with our third meal of the week from HelloFresh. I got the luxury of working from home today, thankfully, and I'm especially grateful because I'm feeling worse. Yesterday I felt bad, and then last night I started feeling really bad. But now I feel really, really bad, but I'm still going to knock out this last dinner, which is the Spice is Nice Turkey Couscous Bowl. I'm forcing myself to cook because we have the meals and I don't like to waste food around here. And this one should be pretty yummy and hopefully it'll come together really, really quickly. I know I need my oven, so I'm just gonna go ahead and preheat my oven. Oh, what time? Or temperature, I'm out of it. 425, so get that going. Okay, I'm gonna pull you over here and show you everything, unbox it, and get started cooking. Okay, so we are unboxing the Spice is Nice turkey meal. Okay, sorry about that. I also played with my focus. I'm trying to get it, like, it was on continuous focus, and that's why it was moving around last time. So I turned it to single focus, and we'll see how that works. My husband's just coming home, so the dogs may be a little barky for a second. Ooh, this meal comes with a lot of ingredients. Let's pull them all out. So we got 12 ounces of carrots. We got a big zucchini, or a medium-sized zucchini. I got some za'atar spice, and like I said, za'atar is like one of my favorites. Got some Israeli couscous, which is also a fave of mine. We got some chicken stock, some scallions or green onions, the littlest clove of garlic. Look at that. Garlic, oh, a lemon, which I wanted a lemon the other day for my tea, so I may save some of that. A little thing of sour cream, obviously the ground turkey, and then we have some Turkish spice mix, soy sauce, and almonds. Actually, we have another sour cream as well. So I guess, yeah, I needed 3 tablespoons, so this is 3 tablespoons. So I'm gonna get my vegetables going. And I know for sure I need to, what do I need to do to the carrots? It wants me to peel them and then cut them on the angle, so I'll show you that in hyper speed. Since I've already had carrots a couple this week, you know how to deal with those. And then it wants me to quarter and dice the zucchini, so I'll knock that out as well. And then separate for the green onions, the whites from the greens, and give those a dice. So let's do this in hyper speed so I don't slow you down and make the video so long and boring. Try not to do that when I do multiple cook videos. So let's get going. I'm having a shake because of my sore throat. That's my excuse. I never have shakes either. My husband brought it to me. Okay, I got everything diced up and everything. I'm just gonna put half the za'atar seasoning on the carrots. And I will say at this point, it actually wants you to do the carrots and zucchinis. But you know, carrot takes way more time to cook than zucchini. So I'm actually gonna start the carrot first and then I'll add the zucchini. We don't like our vegetables super overcooked, so that's the way I prefer to do it. And I definitely tweak a lot of these meals like that, where I, read them, and then if I don't think from experience that's best, I will definitely change it. Like last night with doing those stuffed burgers, changing it, because I found a lot of times some of these instructions don't work out the best. I mean, most of the time they do, but a lot of times they don't. So I use spray oil. These carrots are 0 points, and like I said, I'll add the zucchini after like 10 minutes. Put them back on my sheet. Into the oven, and the oven's been preheating at 425. So to the couscous is 1 cup of water. Oh, how much couscous is this? 2.5 ounces. It's a half a cup. So 1 cup of water to a half a cup of couscous. We're gonna add the chicken stock to that. If you hear a lot of noise behind me, my husband is playing with my dogs and they haven't played today because I've been so sick. So I'm just gonna, bear with it, please. I'll try to mute them out. You hear little feet everywhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this, and it says a pinch of salt. A little bit of salt. I'm gonna give it a stir, and then I'm gonna put it on the stovetop to boil it for about 8 minutes. So it doesn't take very long. But it is covered. So next step is to zest my lemon. I'm also gonna go ahead and dice up the single clove of the garlic. I'm gonna go ahead and make the sauce, both sour cream, some of the lemon zest, a pinch of lemon zest, half the garlic, and just a little bit of water and salt and pepper, and then I'll give it a stir. You're just trying to thin it out for a drizzle consistency. Just add a little at a time. Add my turkey meat to that pan over there and season it up with the scallion whites, the Turkish seasoning, the soy sauce, whole bunch of good things. Alexa, stop the timer. That is my timer to add the zucchini to the oven. And that is exactly what I'm gonna do while this continues to cook. So I gave my carrots about a 10-minute head start. Give that a shake around too while I have the oven open. It's looking a little dry, so I'm gonna spray it. And the zucchini didn't have any spray, so I'm gonna top it off. I'm gonna let that go another 10 minutes and my meat's looking good too. Another night, another 2 bowls. My couscous is still really liquidy and I don't know why. I cooked it for the time it said, so hopefully it is done. I did not check it, but it'll be fun. I'm not too worried about it. I probably added too much water. Now I'm gonna add the ground beef to one side. It's not ground beef, it's ground turkey. When I make bowls like this, I like to separate all the ingredients. It's just how I prefer to eat my bowls. That way I can make each bite a little different. Now I'll add my vegetables straight out of the oven. Okay, so we got the base down, the 3 components. Now we just need our toppers. So I'm gonna put me the drizzle of this right along the center line. I don't know why, that's just how I want it. Some slivered almonds. Did not divide those very evenly, but that's okay. Green onions. A little bit of fresh lemon zest for added flavor. Go ahead and hit it with some cracked pepper. And serve it alongside some lemons. So these are the bowls. Woohoo! Looks yummy. Now time for me to put everything in the tracker and see how good it is. So we are back with our final meal review. And that meal ended up being 13 points, but half of the points was from the turkey. So if you sub 99% lean ground turkey, it would only be like a 5 or 6 point meal. So highly recommend to make that one. I really enjoyed it. I will give it a 4.5 stars. It was my favorite out of the 3 for sure. And it's just flavor profile I like, and it was different as well. Thoughts?
3.
Really?
Yeah, one of my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, really.
That's interesting. Okay, friends, that is it. I'm disappointed he didn't like it, but he doesn't cook, so I get to make what I want, so he's shit out of luck. He's SOL, as we would say.
Yeah.
Well, and also I don't have a stock of Turkish spice blend, so I don't think I'm even making it anytime soon anyhow. So, okay, we're both still sick, so we're going to hit the hay at 7 o'clock. I don't know. We're at least going to lay down and rest. And I'm still in my pajamas all day long, but oh well, it happens. Okay, see y'all later. Bye.